Hey guys, Stephanie with the Machine Gun Nest here. So today is Constitution Day. Happy Constitution Day. We're so proud of this document that our founding fathers penned and how it honestly changed the landscape of our country and the world thereafter. So the other day, we sent our friend Paul out into the streets of Frederick during one of the biggest festivals our town has to get just general opinions of people on the street about the Second Amendment. This wasn't a time where we were engaging in argument with them or even interacting with them. We were just simply collecting responses to see what the temperature is out there. And so I'm going to be watching these for the first time right now and sharing some of my thoughts.
I think the Second Amendment is probably the most important amendment that we should be studying at the time, the current climate that we're in. The purpose of the Second Amendment isn't to cause harm to others, it's to protect ourselves in the event of the government's tyranny. Plain and simple. That's it.
Wow, I am so encouraged. I mean, honestly, we said, no holds barred, just ask and see what people say and just let it be their raw response. I'm so encouraged to hear that right off the bat. And something I like about this guy's response, the Second Amendment isn't just for defense, our personal defense. It's not for hunting. He hit the nail on the head. The Second Amendment says a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. The purpose of this amendment is to keep the power in the people to protect against a tyrannical government. I loved that guy's response. And hey, if that's you in that video and you're watching this, would love to give you a t-shirt.
I think the Second Amendment is really cool. I think, the right to own a gun and stuff is excellent and makes me feel safe as an individual person, knowing that I can have a weapon to defend myself at any time.
Wow, I don't know what this is. This could be a complete mixed bag. And we didn't give our friend Paul any instruction. We said, just show us what you got here. How encouraging to hear this young woman, somebody so young, understand and appreciate. And what's interesting is that she brought in this tie to it that said it brought her comfort. There's this misconception that the mere presence of a gun brings inherent danger or risk, but we know the truth, and it's that if you are in danger, who do you call? Somebody with a gun, and this young person gets it. How cool is that? Let's keep watching.
Well, the Second Amendment, I think, is essential. Wording a document. I think it was. It's somewhat. I won't say outlive this usefulness these days, but the right for every American to own a firearm and gather and assemble. I think that's. I think the founding fathers had the right frame of mind.
Oh, that is so great. Yep, I agree with you, sir. He was just talking about how the Second Amendment was part of the founding of our nation and how the founding fathers knew what they were talking about. He had trust in this document. He had trust in the founding fathers to know that there is a reason that this has been put in. The reason the Second Amendment exists is not because we have some weird obsessive love with shooting sports or just guns in general. It is the principle behind it that differentiates us as a free country in the entire rest of the world. So that was a really great take from that gentleman.
It's 100% important. I mean, especially now in this climate, like with what happened to Charlie Kirk, it's a tragedy. But even it being a tragedy, I'm with Charlie Kirk in his opinion that the Second Amendment is for everyone. And yes, there are going to be times when we're going to feel like maybe not, but this country was founded based on guns and freedom. If they didn't have the guns to be able to resist the tyranny that they were actually facing, not the fake tyranny from today, not the fake tyranny from today, you're full of fucking if you think that anyone now is being a tyrant. You don't know what being a tyrant is. And the other thing is, no one's burning the streets now. There's no cities on fire when Charlie was murdered the way he was in front of his family and kids and in front of the world. Even with that, if that guy was able to pass his background checks and get his guns legally, I can't be mad at him. I can be mad at him for his act, but I can't be mad at the tool that he used. Because if he was a little less of a coward, he might have tried and do it face to face. Maybe with a little plastic toy knife as opposed to a gun. It's not the tool. That's just the instrument that someone uses. So, yeah.
You know, I really appreciate this man's impassioned take on the Second Amendment and how he even tied it into modern events and the horrific tragedy, the martyrdom that we saw on TV of Charlie Kirk. You know, I just want to share this real quick. There's a quote that is so often taken out of context, accusing Charlie Kirk of saying that, well, some deaths are just worth it because, you know, we love our guns, kind of insinuating that sentiment. When the reality is this, he understood, as we do, we understand the importance of this amendment. And he said, you know, there are over 50,000 deaths a year caused by automobiles, but there are no calls to ban automobiles. It's a part of the fabric of our life, and that is something we understand. We never blame an automobile itself when somebody is driving drunk. We blame the actions of the person who chose to drive drunk, and the same thing is with firearms. It is an inanimate object and therefore could be used for good or evil. It in and of itself is a piece of metal and has no inherent morality. It is a tool used by somebody with inherent morality, either being good or being evil. So this man gets it. So overall, just from this selection of takes, I'm so encouraged by all of the positive sentiments and even understanding of what the Second Amendment is all about. We're going to be doing a lot more videos like this. I think it's a really great way to gauge the temperature of the population. Always remember that the Second Amendment is not a losing issue, that if you are equipped to talk about it through your boldness and way to clearly articulate the truth, we can change minds through dialogue, and we want to help equip you to do that too. Have a conversation with a friend, have a conversation with a loved one, and let's win our country back. We'll see you at the range.